Hi Libra, welcome to a reading. So you're choosing you, not choosing other people or other situations. You're choosing you. And by doing so, you're actually balancing out your energy. It could have a lot to do with certain members of the family. You could have watched relationships as you were growing older and decided that that wasn't what you really wanted for yourself. But you could have found yourself falling back into patterns because you'd learned certain ways of interacting, but now you're actually changing it up and realizing that life is a series of events and a series of choices, and this choice you're making now is you. It could come off the back of a breakup, and you're realizing that if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, it's going to really affect your health in the near future. So if your health's been suffering, it's actually going to end up pulling your energy back into you so you can spend a lot more time with yourself. You could have troubles with your throat chakra. My throat chakra is shutting down. Feeling quite raspy and triggered, you could say. So I think you're might be acting slightly out of character here, where you could actually just burst it out. So be aware of that at this time, particularly on the back of sudden change. You've got this. Just know that this is all happening for a reason, for you to actually go through this situation and come out on top, okay? You will end up coming out on top. Be very careful of your heart chakra at the moment too. Honor and respect yourself. Say no to things that you know deep down inside are not for you at this time. You could be going through a period of wanting to just be in isolation. The dreams that you had might be falling to the ground, is what I actually sort of get. I envision my life by this stage would be like this, but you're rising up above it all and seeing things from a very different perspective now. You're getting a higher mind perspective on the situation and realizing that by choosing you, you're making the right choice. So we're just going to have a look at any love blocks that might be affecting you. Happiness. It's okay to be happy. What is your happiness? And when was the last time that you actually did something like dance or watch the butterflies, that sort of thing? So you might be really keen to get out in nature. Nature is calling, particularly the ocean, if you have the opportunity to go do so. But knowing yourself, get to know the different parts of yourself. So you're focusing your energy on yourself, your energy, not focusing your energy outside of yourself and making everybody else sort of happy at the moment. You're really sort of looking at how you can make yourself happy. Reconnecting with yourself, that childlike essence of yourself here. And it's making a world of difference. Listen to your intuition, then listen again. So you're realizing that by not racing into decisions, by not reacting or acting out of character here, you're actually making the right choice. It's really important to sit back in your decisions, and you could feel like you're actually sort of stuck in the process of deciding what to do, but in that, I think it's a good thing to sort of mull over your choices at the moment. Be as gentle with yourself as you would with your friend. That's the change. You're changing your way of relating in the world by changing the way you relate to yourself. Let's get into it. Could have a lot to do with the amount of work that you've done recently. If I keep on doing this, if I keep on doing that, I'll get recognized for the hard work I'm doing. But I think it's more important that you recognize just how much work you've put into a situation, and maybe the accolades haven't come as you'd expect them to. There could be some jealousy surrounding you at this time. It's okay to be proud of what you've achieved. It's okay to be proud of yourself. Don't listen to the naysayers, I hear. Spend time in quiet contemplation. Advice. Thank you. You're seeing this relationship very differently now. By balancing your masculine and feminine sides out here, giving to yourself, taking time to nurture your body, mind, and spirit. Sometimes it takes getting into a very uncomfortable position to have a look at the way that you interact with others. And you're realizing that you've got so much to give, and maybe you've just been trying to fix a situation, but now it's time to move on from it. You have no energy at this time to give to anything at this time. Interesting. Time, lots of time. Maybe it's been a lot of time. But your higher self is cheering you on here. So it's taking your masculine drive here to remove your inner child and feminine side from this situation. Be careful about getting stuck in your head about wishing things were a certain way, okay? Because it'll all be coming up at night. Rumination, constant thoughts are coming up at night to keep you feeling like you need to be loyal to the way things were, but things have changed. And they've changed permanently. This is it. This is the new you. When you wake up this morning, you're realizing that. In the past, you could have really wanted to control situations, because in that feeling of control gave you a stability, and it also gave you the opportunity to choose the outcomes of certain things. But the universe has actually stepped in and said, well, how much control do we truly have? That's a really good question at this time. How much control of the situation do you truly have? The only thing that you can control at the moment is yourself. You could be dealing with a fixed sign here. But that fixed sign, if you are, is getting in the way of you realizing how much control you have in this situation. So you're rising up, choosing you, starting to look after your health here, even when things feel like they're completely out of your control, to bring balance back into your world. I'm getting, please be very careful about falling back into old patterns of wanting the partner by your side. You need to be your own best friend, your own partner, your own cheerleader at this time. And that's what you're stepping into. Advice for Libra, please. And it might be very easy at this time to look back and see how maybe things were said by trying to get the upper hand in a situation. There's always people that lose. So whether you feel like you're the person that's lost out, or whether you feel like you're the person that is still standing and people have walked away from you, it still doesn't help the situation when it comes to you feeling quite confused. It is really important to get out in the sun, though, and look after that inner child. What brings you happiness at this time? Be very careful of excess. And move very slowly and deliberately. Choosing the right choice for you and your health at each stage is really important. Building yourself back up slowly and steadily. And sometimes it takes your drive to come to a complete stop for you to actually sit back and nurture your nervous system too at this time. And realize that you are, it's running away from me, realize that you are the Empress, that you have incredible bounty and beauty all around you. And things need to come to you instead of you going out and chasing those things. Sometimes it takes coming to a stop and not pursuing. Interesting, that energy. I said pursuing, and I picked up from your energy as I don't pursue, but where have you been? It needs to come to you. And it could have a lot to do with pursuing financial stability. You could really want to hold on dearly to the way you earn or the money that you have, particularly when it comes to your housing stability. Is very important for you at this time, and it's a universal thing. It's very important to have housing. But how is it affecting you? Do you need to downsize your housing? Do you need to move to a different home? These questions are coming up for you. But it's really important now at this time to not look at situations that have been lost. 3 emotional situations have really got you down at this time. But realize there is stability behind you when it comes to emotions. And maybe you might need to take a day or two to mourn what has been lost. The financial loss or the emotional loss that has come from this situation. There is somebody here supporting you. But this is also a reminder very much so to look after your physical health. You could feel like you literally need support at this time. But you can see this individual here is really struggling to keep up with following behind this individual. It might be time to realize that you might need to actually not race around and do too much at this time, but to actually stop and to go inside. Be looked after. Look after yourself. Advice. And call on that feminine intuition of yours to balance it out. That support could be a fire sign here that is trying to get you to see the happiness and the sun again. And she or he may be watching you go through a struggle at this time. But things are changing for the better. By cutting out, I hear the drama. It could have a lot to do with a water sign as well at this time, but you're cutting out the drama. And by cutting out the drama here, you're actually taking the struggle away, preventing further negative interactions, I hear. People could be coming to you trying to offer you help, but it might be their idea of help. Everyone comes from their own good intentions, but you're realizing that nobody knows anybody as well as the individual knows themselves. So this is a time where you're actually pulling your energy back into you and realizing that I'm going to build myself back up here. Advice. Positive movement forward. It's by getting your hand on the, is it the, sorry, I'm not very au fait with the yachting term. Is it a tiller? Could be. But it's going to take you to actually start to make the choice to move into a brighter day. And waiting for the wind to get your sails again. Because you could be literally in a world of emotion at this time and thinking, will I ever actually ground my energy again? Follow the higher instinct. And look out for signs and synchronicities. Birds are really making a big impact on you at this time. Because it's when you get back down to the roots of things that actually builds bounty in this world. One step at a time. Realizing that things take time. And be very gentle with yourself at this time. Give yourself the nurturing, the sunlight, the water, the nurturing and nourishing food. Time in nature will make such a big difference to you and bring you out of this, what I call here is a funk. The present experience is a stepping stone to a new awareness, a new awareness of self. My spiritual growth comes to me in ways I don't quite expect. I know I am always safe. So things could be popping up and popping off, I hear. One moment you think you've actually got a ground underneath your feet, but then you realize that you're still out in the ocean of emotions. Something's said, something happens, and it puts you right back there. Puts you right back into a period of feeling like you don't have what you need to care for yourself properly. That it's just too much. But it's a cyclical thing. One day you could be really down, the next day you could be feeling okay, and then something will happen and throw you back down to the bottom of the wheel, and then next time you sort of get yourself back up and down you go again. Know that each time that you go around this circle that you are learning so much and you are raising your vibration each time. Each time picking yourself back up and looking after number one is paying off. It's time to keep your resources to yourself. Physical, mental, spiritual, financial. And realize it's going to take time to get your emotions back up and running. Do not seek other people to fill your cup. And you could be coming from stuff that happened in childhood here. If only people will love and accept me. If I keep on handing my cup out to people, will they love me? Will they like me? Will they include me? You need to drink from your own cup to get yourself into a place where you balance out your emotions. Meditation is really going to help balance and ground your emotions at this time. Taking time out, yoga, getting into your body. Because there's nothing you can do, say, or anything like that to change somebody else at this time. You're realizing the change is coming from within. So be very gentle with yourself. And you've got this. You've totally got this. Any more advice for Libra, please? Your world is of your making. to bring emotional stability to yourself here. It takes not looking back at all the things that have been spilt. Even though at times it's easy to do so. To bring stability back into your life here, it's now time to focus on the new. The brand new start that is today, the present, which is the gift. Be very careful of excess. I keep on hearing that. Advice. And call on your innate wisdom, because you know what's right. You know the way forward. Stability is coming from within. Healing's coming from within. You need to balance the masculine and feminine sides, the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. Balance out that duality. Come back into center. So become aware and see from the higher perspective when you do swing from one side to the other. It's a natural way for you to learn and know where center is. Come back into the real world and into your body and find healing in the present moment. Yeah, things have changed. Things have changed so rapidly for you. Things have come out of the blue. But through this process, you are learning so much. It's time to look after number one. And this is not a selfish act. So please, give yourself the leeway, the space, the love and respect that you would give out to other people. Be your own best friend. You've got this. So if you'd like to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'd just like to say thank you so much, Libra. I love you all. And bye for now.